Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to be going over how to open your DXF into Illustrator, and then actually how to kind of do a little bit of filling for your sketch that you exported from Fusion. So, unfortunately, I cannot show you really here on my cub, but I can show you on this sketch here. So I know it looks like a piece of cheese, so we're going to call it a piece of cheese. All it is though is on my sketch that I had was 3 circles, then also had the outline for the square. So, as I exported it as a DXF, that was kind of in the other video. So in this one, I'm going to be going over how to open that, what the Illustrator looks like, and everything like that. So on your computer, bottom left-hand screen, if you go Illustrator, this is what we're looking for, and then you can just hit open. I can also show you in class. Once you have it open, this is the file that you're going to have, and this is beyond Classroom for you, so don't worry about that. So when you go Illustrator, you can go File, go Open your template then. So it'll most likely look like this. You'll have your grid, your 3x6 here. What we're looking to do is just to bring in that DXF that we had, and this is kind of our outcome that we're looking for. So in class, I showed you what kind of the black does. It'll do that full etching for you, kind of like you're coloring it in with a colored pencil, highlighting it. It's really burning it more than the other material rather than doing line work. So with this, with an empty file here, each of these squares, I have them locked down here. That's fine. We don't really need to touch that. What we want to do is we want to go File, Place. So I'm going to go grab my Swiss cheese DXF, hit Place. I'm going to click right here. There we go. So this is huge, definitely way bigger than what we're doing. So to make this smaller, what I'm going to do, or actually before we do that, let's ungroup it. So if I try to just click on stuff, main thing we're up here in our top left corner, we want this black, this first option, our selection tool. What this allows us to do is kind of just select our geometry. So if I try to click on my circle here, you can see it clicks the whole thing. So if I highlight the whole thing, still keeping my cut and all my red locked, that's good. I'm going to highlight the whole thing. I'm going to go to Object, Ungroup. Now, you can see that on my etch layers up here, it changed. It has a border, then it has the 3 circles. So if I click on my circle here now, then on our left-hand side, what we're looking for is this fill and stroke. So for my fill, I'm going to want this. If I click on this, here we go. So for this, we're going to want it to go to black right here. We're going to hit OK. And there we go. Now the circle is black. You can also kind of, these two options here, if you click back and forth on them, it'll change for fill and stroke. Stroke is basically just like if you're highlighting the line. Fill lets you fill in the object, and it has this animation here for you. So if I go to the next one, if I click on my circle, my fill, I have it on black. That's kind of your outline, but I want to actually change, or the stroke, sorry. The fill, I want to do another black circle. And then I'll click on my last one. I'll change the fill to black. So black and red, that's what the laser reads. Red, or black and red. Red is a cut, black as an etch. So from here, we're happy with this. And if you were doing anything more complex, as long as it's like kind of a closed loop as we're doing in Fusion, you can do circles. If you have like a squiggly line here, as long as it's closed as one, you can fill it. But this has to be done from a sketch by hand from Fusion. Okay, so done with this. Hit cancel. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight it again. I'm going to go Object, Group. I'm going to regroup it. So now when I scale it, it moves at 1 rather than moving it all separately. So now I need to make it smaller. How do I do that? If you click on your whole square here, if you hold Shift and then grab one of these corners, it will scale everything uniform. If I don't hold Shift and just click and drag, it kind of does this distortion, which we don't like. So I'm going to change it back. I went too far, so I'm going to have to Object to regroup this. So now, if I click it, I hold Shift. Now I can scale how I really please. I'm going to move my page around a little bit. I'm going to move this to my corner here. The way to zoom in, if you hold Alt and then you scroll in and out, this will do the zoom for you. So I'm going to go ahead and try to place this in my top left corner right there. Perfect. I had it line up in that corner. Now I'm going to hold Shift. I'm going to scale this again and line it up right there. Also, if you zoom in, you can kind of use your arrows to help you kind of moving this around. So I hit my right arrow to move that. That offsets it over here, which that's not good. So if I zoom back out, let's see what we can do. I'm going to hit Shift. I'm going to move this around, I think, right there. Perfect. And then, since this isn't a perfect 3.4 by 3.4 from Fusion, I'm just going to move this line down, and there we go. It'll kind of snap a little bit for you. If I zoom in again, it's pretty much on the line, so that's good. This file here is what you'll actually be sending to me. So you have to do this on your computer. I will not do this for you. But from here, once I get this file, I can directly print it on the laser, and then we're all good to go. So hopefully this video helped. And yeah, just remember to scale it uniform, you want to select it, Shift, move it. If you just want to move it around, make sure on that top left that your select tool, then you can move it around. I would always recommend to have your cuts locked so you don't adjust any of those, and always bring that up to the top left corner. And yeah, hopefully this helps.